again folks, Mel from Stocksbridge Guitar Tech, and here we are now at lesson number 15, and this is where we're going to sort of start getting into some more intermediate stuff. We've done the open chords, which is sort of the beginner stuff, so if you're still struggling with the open chords, then just keep practicing those, keep practicing the strumming patterns, keep watching the videos over again. If there's something you don't understand, please drop me a link, ask me a question if there's something you don't understand, and I'll do my best to answer it. So in this lesson I'm going to show you another finger exercise. If you remember, in lesson 14 we did the spider finger exercise. I hope you've been practicing that. So in this one I'm going to show you another exercise to do. You may find this one a little easier, you may find it a little more difficult. It depends on the individual. So this one is only going to be really using two fingers at a time. So let's zoom in and let's have a look at this finger exercise first, and then when we've done the finger exercise I'm going to show you how to play a bar chord. So this finger exercise, we're going to start out just with the index and middle fingers, and again you can start this somewhere higher up the neck to begin with and then gradually move it down. So we'll start on the 5th fret and we're going to go to the low E string, 5th fret, and we're just going to play frets 5 and 6 with these two fingers. And again we're going to use alternate picking, so down and then up, so down, up. And that's it. That's the exercise, but we want to go across all of the 6 strings. So we're going to go down, up on the E, down, up on the A, down, up on the D, down, up on the G, down, up on the B, and down, up on the high E. And then we want to come back down again. So all the way through it's obviously you don't need to play at that speed. You can play it much slower, but make sure it's nice and even. Use a metronome even. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it at that speed, do it even slower if you need to, just make sure it's nice and even. So we go down and then back up, or up and then down, whichever way you want to look at it. Now once you've got that down and you can play that reasonably well, to do the same thing, but this time starting with the middle finger and using the middle finger and ring finger. Now you can do this on the same fret, or you can do it a fret higher, a fret lower, it doesn't matter. Again, we'll just use the same fret for now. So now we're using middle and ring. Exactly same exercise, and then obviously you know what's coming next. We're going to do the same thing again, but with the ring finger and the little finger, and this is the difficult one. So that's the one you're really going to struggle with. But again, this is all helping your fingers to develop this independence. When you've mastered all of these and you can play them all, then you can again combine them. So you could do, for example, index finger and ring finger, but two frets apart. So index on the 5th, ring finger on the 7th. And you can do that all across the strings. And then you can do the same with index and little finger across 3 frets. Then you can do middle and little finger across 2 frets. And then once you've sort of got all them going and you can play them all, do the exact same exercise but in reverse. So now instead of playing 5 to 6, play 6 to 5 all the way down. And again with different fingers. And so on. So start off slow and simple, just use the index and middle. Then take it from there. But again, another very, very good finger exercise for developing strength in your fingers and developing that vital finger independence. Let's have a look at this bar chord. So if you remember a short while back, we did a B major chord, which was like our A major, moved up 2 frets, and then the index finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string. Now we can take that shape and move that up another 3 frets. This is where we want to be. We want the index finger on the 5th fret of the high E string, and that is actually a D major chord. You should be able to hear that it sounds the same, it's just the notes are rearranged in a different order. But we're not going to play it like that. We're going to keep these 3 fingers. Then we need the index finger to hold down this D, which is the root note on the 5th string at the 5th fret, and at the same time we want to be playing the 5th fret on the 1st string with that finger as well. So we're playing 2 notes with that 1 finger. Now the best way to practice this is just use the index finger across all 5 strings at first and get them all to a point where you can hear them all. Now, you may find it helpful to lay your middle finger on top of the index finger. It gives you a bit more pressure to push down on. But you want to be able to hear each individual string like that. And then the idea is to then get these 3 fingers into the 7th fret. Now you will find this really, really difficult. That's the idea. However, most guitar players don't play these chords like that because it's simply too difficult. So what they would do is they'll take their ring finger and they'll play these three notes, strings 2, 3 and 4. Instead of using those three fingers, they will just use the ring finger. And then place the index finger on fret 5 to play the D and the high E. The difficult bit is making sure that you're not muting this high E string when you're playing these. So you will find this very, very, very difficult at first. It's not easy, and that's quite normal. You may want to experiment rolling the finger and using more of this side of the finger rather than absolutely flat here. Some people find it easier if they roll the hand a little. So experiment until you can do it, and then add the ring finger. Now, although they're difficult to learn, these bar chords, they are very useful, because once you've learned that chord, you can then move it around the fretboard. So, for example, if we move down 3 frets, we would now have B major, which we did previously, but like this, a shorter form. But now you can play it using that exact same formula. Bar chords are useful because we can move them around the fretboard to easily change the key of a song. So if you were playing, for example, in the key of D major, and it was too high for you to sing, or it was too high for the singer to sing, we could go from there and lower it and try the song in C major. So that's the lesson for today. That was lesson 15. You've learned your first bar chord, which is an A-shaped bar chord. So next week I'm going to show you an E-shaped bar chord, which runs across all 6 strings. You've also learned another finger exercise, so practice that. It will help you enormously. And join me for lesson 16 next time. As ever, please do subscribe and click the little bell notification. Leave me a like if you find these videos helpful, which I hope you do. That's all from me for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.